Stop! It's not allowed!
Stop! It's not allowed!
Stop! It's not allowed! We don't know what these people are praying for.
They come here to Great Zimbabwe. They do their rituals.
They come here and behave strangely, I tell you.
We must stop the spirits of these people who come here to pray.
We do not know what these people are praying for.
They must tell us.
Yes.
They must come and register their prayers.
Yes.
In a book.
Yes.
Yes. We will buy a notebook.
Aiwa, zvinodhura manje.
It's too expensive. We cannot buy a notebook.
Still, they must register their prayers.
The prayers must be written down and then we will give them a receipt.
We will write a receipt and give it to them.
Ayo, the receipt book is too expensive.
Still, they must register their prayers.
There is no other way about it.
It is the law.
It should be the law.
It may very well be the law. Who knows?
The country is hungry. We cannot have any suspicious prayer activities. We cannot have any suspicious prayers. The prayers must be approved, you see? Yes. This is an important place, a sacred place, a place for the nation. Yes, this is a place for serious prayers, not just anybody's prayers. Yes, God created all people equal, but some prayers are bigger than others. Some prayers hold more weight with the divinities. This is not a place for small prayers, for family spirits. Aiwa! This is a place for the nation. The people who come here, they must come here for the nation. They must pray for the good of the nation. They must love and respect this nation, our nation, Zimbabwe. These people, they come here with their bute and their machira and their trimbo. They come with their rosaries and prayer shawls and beads. They come with their drums and their songs. They mutter silent prayers, and we don't know. How can we trust their prayers to be good? How can we trust their prayers? How can we trust them? How can we trust? Truly speaking, they must be praying in a wrong way. Our ancestors must be punishing us. We have not done the correct rituals. We have not brewed the beer for the ceremonies. Hatibike doro, hatina mari. Who has money now for beer? Chibuku is still $1, but who has $1 today, Nasi? Things are so bad we all get drunk on air. There is a great hunger in the land. The whole world is praying for Zimbabwe, and still Petrol queues are getting longer, hearts are getting shorter. Cooking oil is drying up. The tears are so many they soak everything like blood in a war. Hospitals are starving for drugs. Doctors scream the pain of dead patients. Tears flood our homes and wash out the cash we keep in our mattresses instead of the banks. Aiwa! There is no cash, not even in the mattresses. Aiwa! There are no mattresses in the homes. Aiwa! There are no homes! Such is the nature of this hunger. Even hope no longer feeds the nation. A great weight has settled itself on the shoulders of our beautiful country, Nikayedu. A great monster has come and curled up here, right here, I tell you, a great goblin! Somewhere here there is Ngozi, a hungry ghost, refusing to speak. The country is hungry, and we do not know what these people are praying for. The shrines must be protected. They must be protected from the prayers of those people. They do not even know how to pray. They do not know which trees are for mteuro, for ritual. They do not know the trees. You cannot just go talk to any tree. Aiwa! This country is heavy with the tears. Our children no longer know how to cry. Our children don't know how to cry anymore. Even our dreams have been humiliated. Survive, 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 only to see the suffering of Zimbabwe. Tadzungaira vadzimo. Still these people come and pray. Everybody comes and prays here. Here at Great Zimbabwe, everyone comes here. And we do not know what these people are praying for. We don't know. Who are these people who come and pray? Are they our children that they demand blessings? Are they our children that they deny us a seat at their table? Are they our children that their children do not know who we are? Are these our children?
Our ancestors are silent.
Who are these people who come and pray?
Our ancestors are very angry.
Are they our children that they demand blessings?
Makatsamwere, are you angry with us?
Are they our children that their children do not know who we are?
We are children.
Are these our children?
Are we their children that they punish us so?
Are these our children? Aiwa! We are trying to live, to laugh, to eat, to register the prayers. And these people, these people. We cannot allow them to pray, these strange people. They come with their machira and trimbo, they come with their bute, they come with their rosaries and prayer shawls and beads, with prayer mats kissing their icons, kneeling and singing, crying and howling. They come dressed, funny, behaving strangely. They come and they say things. We don't hear their words. Hatinzwe mashoko avo. We don't know. Hatizive mashoko avo. We don't know who these people are praying for. We don't know what these people are praying for. We don't know these people. They come dump their goblins here. The goblins follow us around. A big goblin chases Zimbabwe. A big big goblin. A big goblin is eating our country. Who? Where? How? Why? Somebody spilled blood. Somebody killed a person, a lion, a tree, a rock, a shrine, a mountain, a hope. They burned it down. They burned it down. They burned it down. The mountains are buried in graves dug for them in the earth. They call it mining. A big goblin. Somebody dumped it here. We picked it up. It wasn't right. We didn't know. We thought it was a hat. We thought it was a bag. We thought it was a pen. Aiwa! Nzimu Irema. The ancestors have lost their minds. Ngozi is refusing to speak. Then Ngozi must talk to us. Aiwa! Then Ngozi must talk. If it does not talk, it is not Ngozi. Then Ngozi must make peace with us. Even the Ngozi want peace. Even the hungry ghosts want peace in Zimbabwe.
We want peace. We want peace in Zimbabwe. We want a good life in Zimbabwe. We want to eat in Zimbabwe. No more lies.
I know. Then Ngozi is not speaking because the prayers are strange prayers from strange people. Yes, we must stop the prayers of those strange people who come here to pray. We must stop their spirits. These people have gone far. Too far. Kure. Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, London, America, Nigeria, Canada, China, Australia, Russia, Holland, Sweden, India, Mexico, Argentina, Egypt, Spain, Germany, Poland. Their bodies return, their spirits are lost. Empty shells return. Are they still people inside? In the depths of their hearts, do they still have a heart? These people have gone everywhere. They are coming now. They are coming back to pray. They do not know how to pray anymore. They have gone too far. Their minds have gone scrambled. Their roots are ripped and tangled. What happened to them? Only the moon knows. They come with funny accents. Wearing clothes we don't know. Their children look at us like we are strangers. They have gone far, these people. And we do not know what they are praying for now. This is a serious business. Prayer. There is a crisis in Zimbabwe. A big goblin is eating our beautiful country, Nikayedu. They think praying is easy, eh? Take away food, beat them, spray tear gas into their homes, turn off the internet, arrest their journalists, starve them, steal from them, slay their families, write laws that erase them, all of them. Let them then pray. Let them feel what it means truly to pray. Do they think praying is easy? These people, some of these people, they do not fast. They think it is easy to question Vadzimu, the ancestors. They think it is simple to talk to God. This is a serious business, prayer. There is a crisis in Zimbabwe. A big goblin is devouring our noble country, Nikayedu. Somewhere here there is Ngozi refusing to speak. Then Ngozi must talk. Who killed who? Who killed? Who murdered? In this country, here, Panapa, blood spilled. Pasipano, right here. Somebody, who? Nani? Who killed the elephant, the lion, the eagle, the human being? The Anya, Akaurayanzo, Shumba, Hungwe, Munu. Who dried up the rivers and the lakes? Aiva Maziva Avagwenga. Where once there sang rivers, there now scream desert sands. Who called human beings trash? Who destroyed the homes of these people? Then Ngozi is refusing to talk. Ngozi aramba kutaura. Then Ngozi must speak if we are to have peace. Speak! Fools! They do not sing songs in schools!
Aiwa! Mudzimu irema!
The ancestors are mad.
The ancestors are angry and the mermaids, the Njuzu, are no longer singing.
Kare kare, njusu dzauya kuzoimba.
Aiwa! The Ngozi must speak!
Speak, hungry ghost, speak.
They do not sing songs in schools.
Aiwa! Midzimu irema!
The ancestors are mad.
See the moon, Each and every day the sun wears the same face. Every night the moon changes masks. That is why they are no longer friends. The sun sings the same story every day, however. Can we know the color of the moon before nighttime arrives?
No!
Aiwa!
Sadaro!
Stop it!
Midzimu irema!
The ancestor is a fool.
This is why the sun brings the fire, but the moon carries the revolution.
Mudzimu irema!
Ancestor is a fool.
They do not teach you in schools. They do not sing songs in schools. The fools, no songs in schools.
Mudzimu irema!
Paivapo,
Zefunde.
care. Long ago, long ago, we were all Ziva then. We were all children of the great water, and the moon danced the first waters with her feet. Madziva akaimba nzio zekutanga. The great water sang the first song, and the second song was sung by the plants. The animals told the stories, and the people, they listened. And when they passed away, they sang the songs and told the stories to their children. Long ago. The big elephant who held up the firmament of the sky knelt in reverence, and down the ladder of Musana Wenzo, the spine of the big elephant, came magical lions, Panapa, right where Great Zimbabwe is today. They carried with them wisdom and innocence and power. They carried with them the memory of the light in the sky, and for a long time that memory was enough to feed the people. When the people looked up at the stars, they saw the home of the magical lions, the Mhondoro, and they were at peace. These were good times for all creatures on the earth. Then came the Rozvi Empire. You have heard the story of the Rozvi Empire. You have heard the story of those ones who ate so much. Those ones were hungry. survive on NZARA. Too much they ate. They ate the land, but still they were hungry. They ate the cattle, still they were hungry. They ate the crops, still they were hungry. They ate the stories and the songs, still they were hungry. They had everything a human being could want. Food, drink, medicines, houses, homes, cattle, each other. Many things to make life nice. Still, they were hungry. It is like the fat ones in Parliament. It is like the presidents and the ministers. It is like the corporations and judges. Those ones are always hungry. It is like that, you see. Care, long ago. The Rozvi king was hungry. The hunger of a king now, that is a big hunger. NZARA-HUNGER. In his eyes, the hunger of a king lies. It only passes when the eye of the king is covered in the dirt of the grave. That is when the hunger of the eye of the king dies. The Rozvi king was hungry with a big hunger.
Take it! Kill, fill, spread, build!
A human king with a god's hunger. And even though the king had hundreds of wives, the hunger of the eye of the king was especially hungry for women. His eye was hungry because his heart was closed. That is how it works, you see? There are two roads. The road of power. The road of making things happen, having the life you want, forcing the world to bend its stiff and weary neck to the will of your choice. The open road of an ever-burning hunger. The road of the king. Then there is the road of the heart. The road of the wind and water, sensing the direction the breeze moves, wooing as if dancing, no goal in sight, feeling the timing of the tides. The way of the heart is never hungry. The heart is the only thing that can be sated. The eye cannot ever eat its fill. Maziso hagute. One day it happened that a woman came to the house of the king. A strange woman.
Strange? How?
She seemed to come as if from nowhere. Some say she climbed down the ladder of the Musana Wenzo, the spine of the big elephant, with the lions themselves. Some say she was not even a woman. Aiwa, she is not a woman. She is the moon. The king wanted her like he had never wanted any woman. He wanted all of her, her body and her mind and her heart. He wanted to roast and eat her spirit. But this woman's heart was somehow closed. She danced and danced and danced, a wild dance, but never close enough to touch. This strange woman. Some say because she was not even a woman. Aiwa, she is not a woman. She is the moon. The king did everything to woo this woman. He smiled and gave her food and offered her many beautiful cloths to wear. Still, her heart was closed. This strange woman. Because she was not even a woman. That is what some say. No, she is not a woman. She is the moon. All the shamans, the sangomas, the mashikiro, and the ngangas in the empire, they came. We will give her herbs. We will give her makwenzi. She will love you like nobody has ever loved you. But the king, Mambo. Something in him was now hungry in a different way. He was a hungry king, very hungry. Vaivan NZARA-HUNGER. He was hungry for love. He desired a real love without the manipulation of plants. The plants themselves, they sang of a love without force or farce. The plants sang of a freedom, a beloved, a love's love, a lover's love, a loving love.
Do plants still sing?
Plants have stopped singing.
Aiwa! The plants still sing.
Fools! No song in schools!
The strange woman smiled back and ate and drank and took the cloths. Then one day, she disappeared. Some say because she was not even a woman. She is the moon. The woman vanished, and after that, nothing would satisfy the heart of the king. That is when the hunger began. Because when a king's grief explodes, it punches holes in the hearts and stomachs of all people. Even the sky is shaken by the grief of the king. Even the rivers dry up so there is space for the tears of a nation. The moon sang songs then. Everything else cried. And from then on, the hunger ruled everything and everybody in the land. Schools! No songs in schools!
Your sister is a fool.
Listen to me. Everybody is hungry. Everybody. The people who eat are hungry. The people who do not eat are hungry. Everybody is hungry.
Your sister is a fool.
One night, these hungry people looked up into the sky and they saw... Fools! They do not sing songs in schools!
Your sister is a fool.
They saw the moon. The moon. The moon is a woman in the sky. She is a beautiful woman in the sky. Mukadzi akachena. And her hips roll in the light of the night. Her hips grow fat, and then thin, and then fat, and then thin. She is never hungry, that one. Even when she is thin, she is never hungry. The moon climbs down the sacred muchakata tree. The singing sacred muchakata tree.
Do plants still sing?
Plants have stopped singing.
Aiwa! The plants still sing.
The moon climbs down the singing sacred muchakata tree, and she walks and talks to the people. Kare kare, kare kare, long, long back, long, long back. One day, some very hungry men, Some very hungry Rozvi men, they saw the woman in the sky, and they said,
"There is a plate hanging in the sky.
Ewa, there's a plate of food in the sky.
We must bring this plate to our king."
They went to talk to other men, and they said,
"Look, there is a plate of food in the sky."
and they argued amongst themselves.
"Look, a big fruit. You see it? A big mango.
A big colorful mango up there in the sky.
It is there to bring down. Pasipan. It is there for us to eat."
No, the moon is not like a mango. The moon is like the big eye of God that sees everything. No, the moon is like sadza or bread. Look at the color. No, the moon is like a bond coin, newly minted. No, the moon is like a plate. Yes. The moon is like a plate, yes. See there, in the sky there hangs a big plate. There must be food on that plate, and we are hungry. There is a crisis, and we are hungry. Tina and Zara, we are hungry. There must be food on that plate in the sky. We must bring the plate to the king. We must bring the plate to the king. We must go and take the plate from the sky and bring it to the king. The king is powerful, very powerful. Avavanesimba. The king is like the river that flows deeper than the roots of the tree of life. No, the king is like the bird that flies higher than the sun. No, the king is like the sun. The king is powerful, very powerful. But, I see, the king needs the moon. Every king needs the moon. So the moon must come down. Yes. The moon is a plate to be served to the king. The moon, if she is not yet a plate, she must become a plate. She must become a plate for the king. Yes, Mwezi Indiro. The moon must become a plate.
A plate of sadza.
A plate of food.
A plate of medicine.
A plate of cooking oil.
A plate of school fees.
A plate of masowe.
A plate of drink.
A plate of rent house.
A plate of fuel.
A plate of meat.
A plate of nyama.
A plate of wawa.
A plate of magetsi.
A plate of electricity.
A plate of spirits.
A plate of transport.
A plate of cars.
A plate of dollars. Cash. US.
A plate of sex.
A plate of work.
A plate of love.
A plate of culture.
A plate of tradition.
A plate of nation.
A plate of dignity. We will slaughter a goat and save the head of the goat on the moon for the king. We will slaughter a cow and save the head of the cow on the moon for the king. We will slaughter our brothers and sisters and save their hearts on the moon for the king.
Aiwa, wait a moment. The moon is a woman, and every woman is a plate. Every woman is a plate of food.
And we are hungry. We are hungry. We are hungry. Hunger is what we are. Hunger is who we are. We are hunger.
Hunger looks up at the sky and sees a plate where there used to be a moon, where there used to be light for all of us in the dark. There is now a plate. Our eyes have grown big, not because we are blind, but because we are hungry. Hungry eyes stretch wide. Hungry eyes eat everything. Hungry eyes see food everywhere. Every woman is a plate. Every woman is a plate of food.
We are hungry.
We must eat.
We must eat the woman in the sky.
We must eat the woman in the sky.
We must eat the woman in the sky.
The king is hungry. The king must eat the woman in the sky. The woman said, The woman said. The woman in the sky said. She said, she did, she said, I will come down. She said, she did, she said that, she did. I will come down. I will come down my usual way. My usual way. There was a murmuring of the wicked variety. The woman in the sky used to nourish us. The woman in the sky controlled the waters, and the waters fed the land. But now we are hungry. How can that be? We are hungry. She must be a plate. We must take the plate out of the sky. We do not want her to come down her own way. A plate does not walk itself to the kitchen. No, no, no. Iowa, a plate must be brought, must be taken, must be carried down. A plate is a plate. A dollar is a dollar. A king is a king. We must differentiate. We must know what is what. This is very important in these troubled times. These are difficult times. Jakaoma, pakaipa, difficult times. It cannot be that somebody acts like what they are not. A soldier is a soldier. A police officer is a police officer. A patriot is a patriot. A president is a president. A woman is a woman. We must know these things. It cannot be, in these difficult times, that somebody acts like what they are not. In the sky, there is a plate of food for the king. This we know. This we know for sure. I will come down, said the moon. I will come down my usual way and talk to the people. She said, she did, she said. She said, the earth is a woman. She did, she said, she did. The earth is my sister. There are ceremonies we need to do. The ceremonies must be done in peace. There must be love in your hearts. Trust that those who come hold good prayers in their hands. She said, she did, she said. We are all children of the same mother. We are all children of the same God. Every prayer is a good prayer. The ancestors love all of their children. I will come down my usual way. I will come down into your dreams. I will come. I will come down my usual way. She said, the woman in the sky, and she swayed her hips, and the great waters danced the way her hips went, this way and that, and the clouds shivered and shook in pleasure and tossed rain onto the ground like coins.
Bond?
Iowa!
She's a plate.
The woman is a plate.
She must come down and serve.
She must come down and kneel before the king.
We will serve her up.
The king must eat.
The king must eat.
The king must eat the woman in the sky.
What will you do tomorrow when the king has eaten the moon? Who will light up the roads in the darkness of the night?
Ayo! She is a plate. She must come down and serve.
The king has many women. The king has so many women. Can he eat all of his women? Iowa, it is not possible. An uneaten woman is a dangerous creature. If she is not eaten, she will begin to do strange things. She will climb into the sky and dance with the moon. Aiwa, this cannot be. The women must be fed herbs. Yes. They will become like cows. They will stop thinking. They will stop feeling. They will stop dancing at night. They will behave proper, like you see, like women should. They will stop dancing at night. The woman in the sky heard the men, and she cried. The women dancing at night danced for her. She spoke again. She said again. She did. I will come down my usual way. I will climb down the singing muchakata tree and talk to the people. I will tell them how every tree sings songs. Those songs will feed you, Vanavangu. You can talk to every tree, Vanavangu. You can talk to every tree, every stone, even the wind. Every tree is a person. NZARA igasha, unozadziswane ukama. Hunger is an empty thing. It must be filled with relationship. She did. She said these things. She did. Peace, Vanavangu. I will come down my usual way.
Aiwa, she is a plate.
We must eat the woman in the sky.
She cannot be saying these things.
She cannot be changing masks every night.
She cannot be praying strange prayers up there in the sky.
She is a plate. She is a plate. She must be eaten.
She must be taken to the king and served.
She must serve the way we see fit.
She must serve our way.
She cannot sway the waters this way and that way in her own way.
She cannot move her hips about in this very wild way.
This way that makes us think of...
Aiwa!
Fools. They do not sing songs in schools.
Those hips. How can you trust your hips?
Aiwa. Her prayers. That is, how can we trust her prayers?
We don't know what the woman in the sky is praying for.
We are in serious trouble. There is a cry in the land. There is hunger. Kunenzara. There is a strange hunger. It is making our hearts thin. A strange hunger is eating everything. And the moon is praying strange prayers up there in the sky. And sometimes she disappears out of the sky. We do not know where she goes when she disappears. She has knowledge, that one. She is a plate full of Rozvi. She is a keeper of ritual. She is a singer of the ancient songs. She knows the ceremonies older than human beings. Ceremonies danced by the clacking bones of the earth. Sometimes she turns very red and bleeds. Dirty blood. Every month she pulls the strings of human destiny in ways no diviner can ever see. That one is a suspicious character indeed. On those clear nights, she can be found in the lakes doing...
Doing what?
Doing who knows what?
Doing what?
The mermaids know,
They do not say.
but they know.
They must be asked.
They will not say.
We are suspicious. We see her in the dark. We see the woman in the sky. She comes out in the dark at night when the evil things fly about and wander into our dreams. She watches us dream of goblins and gozi. She hears the songs of our growling empty bellies. She dims our ears so we do not know the prayers of neighbors or strangers. These are terrible times. Even the dead are hungry. Even the dead are hungry. That is how strange this hunger is. Even the dead eat the strange hunger, and still they are hungry. And that woman in the sky with her hips and her rituals. The witch in the sky. Aiwa, the plate in the sky. The witch in the sky. Plate, witch, witch. Ndiro, muroi. Ukama igasha, unazadziswa nekudźga. Ukama unenzara, ukama igasha. Tino zadziswa. We must fill the things that are empty. Everything empty must be filled. Yes. Truly, only then will the hunger end. Yes. Minds must be filled with facts, justice with laws, faith with rules, prayers with words, women with... Women are empty things. They must be filled. Whatever they say no, they say yes. They are the empty things that must be filled. The hunger is an empty thing that must be filled. Run away, moon, say the stars. The moon, though, that one, she is in love. She loves the people. It is a dangerous thing for the moon to fall in love, especially with people. Still, the huge hunger tortures the king. Chasm in the belly, in the heart, in the mind. Hunger, a longing, a missing, a cry. Hunger, a betrayal of that which is human.
How can we take the moon out of the sky?
You see, people are like this. They want to taste. They want to try. They want to play. They see something and they want to touch. Maybe it looks nice. Maybe it has a nice color, a nice feel. Maybe that thing seems like the thing that will save you, that will rescue you. Maybe that thing is your friend's car. Maybe that thing is somebody's wallet. Maybe that thing is a system of ruling from far away. Maybe that thing is a new presidential candidate, or the old one. Maybe that thing is a new religion, or the old one. Maybe that thing is a new philosophy, or a very, very old one. Maybe that thing is a snake. Like that. Like a python, you see it. And maybe you think, I want to play now with this python here. And maybe you pick it up. Maybe you wrap it around your waist. And you don't even know that nyoka can swallow you whole. Dojavangori. People are just like that. Jacadaro, it is just like that. We want to touch. We want to taste. More than anything, we want to eat. We are hungry. In the land there lives a hunger. It is eating everything, even the people. Aiwa. There is a plate in the sky, a plate full of food. When the king is hungry, the people suffer. The king is hungry. The king wants to touch the woman in the sky. We must build. We must build, Tino Tovaka. We must build a ladder. Ticha Tovaka Nzira Yekwenda Kudenga. We must build a road going to the heavens. We must cut down the trees. Many, many trees. We need all of the trees. All of the trees. They must be cut. They must be made into mapango. They must be made into planks. We will build a ladder to the moon. We must build a ladder into the sky. Aiwa!
We must first go and consult the shaman, the Mhondoro.
People are people. They are like this. Vanu Vanochka, they are afraid. They want to do things the right way. even when taking the moon out of the sky. So they went the way people do. We are going to consult the Mhondoro on the mountain there. Tirikwenda kugomo kunopinda matare. We are going to consult the shaman, the Mhondoro. And on their way to see the Mhondoro, they met an old man dressed in skins. And this man, he said,
You must know which Mhondoro is guiding you. Is it the thin Mhondoro or the fat one? The fat Mhondoro will carry a spirit of discernment. The thin Mhondoro will carry a spirit of hunger. You must know which Mhondoro is guiding you.
Still, they went to consult the Mhondoro on the mountain there. And the Mhondoro said, he did, he said,
Vakati. Ladders. They are a tricky business.
This is what the Mhondoro said, Shakadaro. And the people, they did not ask. They did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro. You know those thin Mhondoros, the ones who promise blessings from God for $10, cash, US, transfer, bond, Dipe mari, mwari vachakupa, give me money, God will reward you. The thin Mhondoros, the thin prophets, the thin Mapostori, the thin Mashikiro, the thin spirit mediums, the thin Ngangas, the thin traditional healers, the thin imams, the thin priests, the thin pastors, the thin bishops, those thin Mhondoro, those ones there. Dipe mari vadzimu vachakupa, give me money, the ancestors will reward you. Dipe mari Yesu vachakupa, give me money, Jesus will bless you. Dipe mari mwari vachakupa, give me money, God will save you from the fires of hell. Tinenzara tipe mari. And the Mhondoro said,
Ladders. They are a tricky business. Ladders to the moon are especially tricky. Very tricky. Difficult. Zvakaoma vana vangu. Very difficult, my children. A difficult task to take the moon out of the sky, because a ladder is not a pile of sticks. Mapanzwa vana vangu. Do you hear me, my children? A ladder is a road, and a road is never built by people. A road is opened by the spirits. Hey! And the people walk in the road that is opened. The people walk in the open road. Hey! So the messenger spirit must be approached. The spirit of the road must be approached the right way. The right way. Hey! The right way. Hey!
So said the Mhondoro, and still the people did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro. They only listened. The Mhondoro said he did. He said this. He said,
It is like lovers when they come together. It is the spirit of the thing between them that the ancestors see. And it is that which the ancestors agree to. Or not! Mweya ninyama shakasiyana. The spirit and the flesh are different. People are small. Their minds are like the inside of an ostrich egg. Dark. They know so little, and they understand even less than the little they know. They don't know how to build relationships. They don't know how to build roads. It is only the spirits who know how to open a way. It is only the spirits who know how to open a way into the sky. Hey!
So said the Mhondoro, and still the people did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro. They only listened. The Mhondoro said this, he said, he did, he said,
To open a way into the sky is a tricky business. Zvakaoma, vana vangu. Very difficult, my children. You must go to the spirit of the rod. You must go to the messenger gods. But even then, there is trouble brewing. Even then, nyonga vana vangu, mapanzwa ere. Chaos, my children. Do you understand? Human beings are not born with wings. Mazvinzwa vana vangu. Can you hear me, my children? Human beings are not created to go into the sky. Mapanzwa vana vangu. Do you understand me, my children? It is not the way that was opened for them by Musika Vanu, the creator of people. To go into the sky, you must go to the spirit of the mountain. They are the ones who know. Those ones, they know what it is to travel between the earth and the sky. You must go to the tallest mountain and you must ask permission there. You must go to the messenger gods and you must ask them to open the way. And even then, to build a road into the sky is a tricky business.
And the people listened. And still they did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro. And the Mhondoro continued and said, he said,
What you are asking to do is to take the woman out of the sky. So you must go to the spirit of woman. You must sing her some special songs so she gets very relaxed and falls asleep. There is no other way. There's no other way. You must put the spirit of woman to sleep. There is no other way to take the woman out of the sky and make sure she stays a plate. For no woman likes to remain a plate. Mazvinzwa ere. Mazvinzwa vana vangu. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, my children? A woman will feed, but then she will ask, who is it that I am feeding? Women, they are like that. They will ask, those are vari. They will say, who is this one that I am feeding? Who is he? Am I feeding a man? Am I feeding a child? Am I feeding greed? Am I feeding jealousy? Am I feeding corruption? Am I feeding the thing that will feed my children's children and even their children? Am I feeding the true thing or the lie? And you don't want to answer these questions. Iowa! Because that woman in the sky, she's a powerful witch. She will know what to do. If she does not like your answers, she will stop being a plate. She will stop feeding. You see, it is like that.
And the people listened. And still they did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro speaking. And the Mhondoro continued.
After you do these things, you must build a ladder like a web. It cannot be straight and stiff. You must build it in a spiral way. You must weave a spider into the sky. You must weave dande mutande kana muchida kudzingirira mwedzi. A web is a different kind of web. A web would shape the moon. A web would twist the thoughts of the gods. A web will confuse even the spirits of the rod. They will not realize that you are opening a way into the sky. You see, this is what you must do to take the woman out of the sky. This is what you must do to feed the king. Zvakadaro vana vangu. It is like that. my children.
And the people listened, and still they did not ask if this was a thin or a fat Mhondoro. Only they knew they were hungry. Only they knew they must do as the Mhondoro instructed them and build a ladder into the sky. And to build a ladder into the sky, they had to cut down the trees.
The trees must go. The fires must be lit. We must weave a web into the sky.
The spirits must be made strong with the blood of chickens and goats and cows.
And the people forgot to hear the songs of the trees. They cut them down to build the ladder into the sky. They cut the trees and climbed the ladder. The earth shook in fear for her sister moon. The planks fell.
We must start again.
The anger grows, the hunger grows, the anger, the hunger, anger grows big, you see, like big, bigger than big, an enormous hunger, that hunger. The people, they were so hungry as they climbed, they began to eat the spirits that carried them. The holy ones of Kariba, even they felt the hunger. They heard the cries of the spirits being eaten, and they cried, and Kariba was filled with their tears.
Climb the ladder.
We must take the woman out of the sky.
She must save the king.
We have eaten the trees.
We have eaten the words we used to say to the trees.
We have eaten the words we used to pray.
There's a sickness in the land.
The animals have disappeared.
The trees stopped singing.
In the Zambezi River, Nyami, the spirit of the waters, feels the hunger scream in his belly.
Up in Dande, the salt vanishes from inside the shell of the earth.
The magical lions are frightened.
Everything feeds the ladder into the sky, so we can take the plate out of the sky.
Somewhere, sometime, at some point in all of this, something went a little wrong. A little to left when it should have been right. A little bit, just a bit, Shishoma, Pichana, and the people climbing the ladder did not feel the tilting of the will of the gods, just that little fraction of a hair of a tilt. You see, they did not see the stars dim. The great hunger blinded them, the great hunger that sees only the surface of things. Still, they looked into the sky and saw a plate of food, the way only hungry people look at the moon and see a plate. And it was the spirit of hunger that was spreading, the spirit of hunger that was feeding, the spirit of hunger that sucked dry the imagination of the people, the spirit of hunger that conducted the song being sung, a song of hunger, a song of people who forgot how to be filled by spirit, a song of people who forgot that a plate carries and a clay pot is filled with and a homeway is full of, and a human being is one with spirit, above all spirit. The spirit of hunger keeps everything empty of meaning. The spirit of hunger is the one who keeps hearts hollow. The spirit of hunger is the one who keeps relationships desolate. The spirit of hunger is the one who fills the human with distraction, destruction, jealousy, desire. So the human being is too human for the spirit. It does happen like that. And when the people cut down the trees, the people cut down the law of the land. For the trees know how to always be full of spirit. So a great disorientation began, a great disorientation. When the people wove the web into the sky, it was themselves they were trapping. built the scaffold on the mountain, Pagomo, where the fire lived inside the heart of the mountain. They built a big fire so they could see day and night. And the fire licked its hot, dry lips with 1,000 forked tongues because the fire knew, as fires always do, where the story will go. And the fire was hungry too. Majinzwa, you hear me? The fire was hungry too, for the wood, for the story, for the sweat of those building the ladder, spinning the web into the sky. The fire was hungry too. NZARA-HUNGER. The fire was restless. The ancestors who live in the fire danced all night in wild agitation. The fire sang to the moon, "Don't you worry now." The fire sizzled to the moon, "Don't you worry, don't you cry." And the moon guzzled the light of the fire and shone brighter. Here I am, here I am, here. Diripo, diripo, diripo. She did not yet know. She thought the people were building a ladder for her to climb down her usual way. She was still in love with the people, you see. And you know when you are in love. You know love. Love that one. That one, that one. Love that woman in the sky. That woman in the sky in love.
An empire is an empire for one reason only.
The king must eat.
The king must eat.
The king must eat.
We must bring the plate from the sky so the king can eat.
The earth trembled. The fire jumped high and licked the soles of the feet of the stars. An old man came to the fire and said, a mysterious thing, he said.
Muri kudziya moto wembava. You are warming yourself at the fire of a thief.
And then he said it again.
Muri kudziya moto wembava. You are warming yourself at the fire of a thief.
And nobody heard him. Nobody heard him. They were busy weaving a web into the heavens to bring the woman in the sky to the king. Nobody heard him. Only the fire, only the fire, only the fire heard the man.
Muri kudziya moto wembava.
You are warming yourself at the fire of a thief. Then he vanished, as old men do. And only that star in the sky, that one there, that star in the sky, that star for old men, Venekera Chimborume, that star for old men, that star twinkled its many silver eyes. The moon looked down and still she said, Peace, Vanavangu, I will come down my usual way.
The moon will come down.
She will serve.
She will give.
She will give us food.
She will give us water.
The water where the mermaids live with their money and blessings.
The woman in the sky, the plate in the sky, the plate full of mermaids.
Ndiro iri kudenga.
Vanhu vane nzara.
Vadzimu vanopenga.
Nzira yakavarwa.
The plate is in the sky, the people starve below, the ancestors have gone crazy, all of the roads are closed.
She must come down, that place, tine nzara.
And the ladder grows taller and taller, like a giant tree into the sky it grows, like a knife it stabs the sky, and the people go higher and higher, and their breathing becomes shallow. There's no air to feed them up there so high. Their lungs grow hungry for breath itself. Their brains twist and scream with the madness of hunger, and they have funny ideas then. They say,
we will take the plate out of the sky and feed the king.
We will reap the stars from the sky and we will decorate the palace of the king.
Even the sun. We will go to the sun and tie him up and drag him down, down, down. Pasipano.
We will take the sun to our king.
And the sun himself will kneel before our king and declare our king the emperor of the universe.
Yes, 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 yes. This is what we will do.
The sun himself will kneel before our king and declare him king forever, king for life.
The moon was frightened. The people got closer. They almost touched. They almost touched the moon. The moon was frightened. Hands grabbed at her. She was frightened. The rains have stopped coming now. The hips of the woman in the sky do not sway the waters anymore. The ladder disturbs her so. The mermaids buried themselves at the bottom of the deepest lake in the deepest cave. The enchantment of the world drained down, down, down. The magical lions roar their memory of their home in the light in the sky. Nobody listens to them. Nobody hears their call. There is no magic anymore. The magic is ended. The people are so angry. Nobody is crying. Tears stopped flowing. There are no feelings to feed the great waters. Every feeling is forced down with an herb, a drink, a pill, a drug. Even the hunger is pushed down now. Sadness and happiness and joy and anger, all dead. There is no water. There is only the ladder thrust up into the sky and the fire, the mad fire.
We must build.
We are building.
Everything in the world is for building.
We are hungry.
We must bring the plate in the sky to the king.
And the hunger grows.
The anger.
The hunger.
The anger.
The hunger.
We will bring the plate to the king. The sun himself will kiss the feet of who we are.
Enough! Fools! 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 And you know what? Fools! Finally, the ancestors had enough. And they swept their many hands across the heavens, and the ladder fell, 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 it fell, it fell. A great tear in the sky, a great hole in the earth. They have never been sealed. They have never been healed. The magical lions have no way of going home. They now behave like hungry beasts. Thousands of people dead. The fire burned everything away, and the earth ate what remained. The hips of the moon swayed again, and the blood danced with the waters in the lakes. Jacadaro, just like that. It will all come crashing down. It will all fall. Everything. And I must tell you a sad thing. And it is a very sad thing, because if it was known at the time, maybe these many things would not have happened. Many tragic things. The sad thing is this. All the king had to do was ask, and the moon would have come down herself, and she would have served the king, and the king would have eaten his fill, and the moon would have gone back to her home in the sky, and the trees would not have died, and the people would not have fallen, and the fire would not have consumed everything, and the heart of the mountain would not have cracked, and the messenger gods would not have become angry and tangled up all of the roads of the world and of time. None of that would have happened. All the king had to do was ask, and it would have been given. It is like that, you see. All you have to do is ask, and it will be given to you. The spirit of hunger does not know how to ask. The spirit of hunger only knows how to take. After the fall, an old woman came and sat with the people. Everyone was crying. Everyone was sad. You know how it is. War. There are no winners. Uchembere vakati, the old woman said, "Let us pray generous prayers. Let us never ever be so hungry that our prayers are hungry prayers. Let us be so sated, God. Let us be so sated, ancestors. Mhondoro, Mashikiro, Makompwe. Let us be even that little bit sated so that our prayers can still be generous. Look! The moon does not fall out of the sky because she is not a lie. She is true. The sun does not fall out of the sky because he is not a lie. He is true. Empires rise and fall. People move from standing on their feet to lying in the ground. The ways of the world flower and wilt in turn. Still, the moon does not fall out of the sky. Still, she keeps the rituals and the ceremonies older than the time of the first people. Still, she knows. The true thing is the thing that remains. The trees know the law of the land. The people, they are small. They know very little. The Great Spirit moves everything in the universe towards love and freedom alone.
What now?
What now?
What now?
Aiwa, midzimu irema.
We have prayed enough prayers. Zhakwana.
All of the roads are closed.
To tear a heart in two is to open a new road.
Perhaps it is now our time to rip the plate out of the sky.
To go to God ourselves and claim what is ours.
What is rightfully ours?
Food.
We have suffered enough.
If the suffering is a seed, it is time that it crack.
Every seed must die to grow.
Every shell must crack to live.
Every war must burst.
Even in this country, Nyika yedu.
Perhaps our ancestors are too drunk on beer.
If every person has ancestors who take care of them, why are there so many people on the street?
Let us go to the moon now.
The king is an old man now. The king dusts himself off, stands up. The king is an old man now. It is a difficult thing for a hungry king to stand up after such a fall. Still, he stands up.
I will go to the moon myself. I will tell her Zimbabwe is dead. If that is what God wants, let it be. Maybe then he will let me eat.
The king is an old man now. An old man with a broken heart and an even bigger sadness. And a memory of magical lions, a memory of singing trees, a memory of the woman in the sky. The king is an old man now, with a broken heart and a memory of the one time he touched the woman in the sky. He has no home anymore, the king. He has no wives, no cattle, nothing to eat. Hungry regrets chew on his broken heart.
Where did my life go? Where did my love go?
And one day a woman appears, as if from nowhere, a strange woman. Some say she is not even a woman. Grandmother Moon comes down the sacred Muchakata tree, and she comes to the king.
Here, take my coat, so you don't get cold.
The king takes his one coat off and hands it to the woman. Thank you.
Would you like some bread or sadza? There isn't much. What there is yours.
Thank you.
Please, rest. You must be tired. You must have come a long way. There is only one blanket here. It is yours.
Ninotenda. Thank you. I have come a long way.
I don't have much here, but what I have, I will share with you. A visitor is a good reminder that the gods have not forgotten us.
The gods have not forgotten you.
Will you pray for us here before you go on your way?
And that night, the king slept on the earth without a coat and without a blanket. He had never slept so well. He was happy. And the strange old woman, she got up in the night and went to the king, and she spoke over him. I am an old woman now. I am always an old woman. I dream big dreams. I carry the waters of the world in my womb. My king, Mambo. Finally now, after all of this time, your heart has become empty enough so that it can be filled with love. This love will feed you. Everything in the world is sacred, Bana vangu. Women are sacred, my children. When they bleed, they are not dirty, they are holy. They dream big dreams for the country. They must know this. They must bring the dreams and feed the people with their big dreams. Every woman has a big red revolutionary moon inside of her. Every woman is possessed by big dreams when she bleeds. Every man dreams big dreams. For him to learn how to bleed like a woman, he must learn how to feel inside of the blood of his own heart. He must learn how to feel. Do not ever try to take the moon out of the sky. She is not yours to take. She can give you. You cannot take.
We are a beautiful people. We feed the world with our dreams. We all eat from one plate.